Thanks, Lou. We've had hold-ups and delays a little bit at Croft today, but there's just time to cram in the one remaining support race, and that's the final appearance of the Ginetta Juniors, who provided a pretty chaotic finish to their earlier outing. Harry Reynolds is on pole for round 10, and Paul O'Neill and Richard John Neal are back in the commentary box.
I think a lot of the drivers have had to sprint from the Clerk of the Courses office to get into the race seat for this one, and Steve's absolutely right. It was a little bit frenetic the first race, but haven't seen the results of any judicial, so we're going on what we had from race one. The crowd's still enjoying it. Hope you are too at home on ITV4. A few people have departed, but these guys are the wise. They know that the Ginetta Juniors are worth staying for.
Yeah, hardcore, and they're on the telly and they know, don't they? Oh, that Axl Rose, that guy, didn't he?
I was saying more ZZ Top.
ZZ Top, look, I love it when the fans are having a great time and have a little wave at the camera when they see each other. Hardcore fans, great fans here, and you know, I absolutely love this place. Everybody puts in maximum effort to keep this place going, so great to come to Croft.
Yeah, good knowledgeable crowd, always good to see them. And here's how they line up then for the last race of the weekend. Round 10 of the Michelin Ginetta Junior Championship. Harry Reynolds on pole this time. William McIntyre alongside Ginetta Lee on row 2 with Josh Rowledge. Sonny Smith, race 1 winner, is next to Maurice Henry. This Maurice's best qualifying. Luke Watts next with Joe Warhurst. Akil Alibi row 5 with Liam McNeely. Alicia Parmosky is on row 6 with Ian Aguilera. Row 7, Zach Meakin and Ella Lloyd. Akshay Bora and Mackenzie Douglas are on row 8. They're followed by Jacob Hodgkiss and James Wires. Flynn McHardy next with Luca Hopkinson, then Adam Brown, Shravan Shamagable on row 11, Leona Theobald completing the grid. So the youngsters have had a little bit of a breather, an unusual weekend for them that they have 2 races on the Sunday. I think the first time this year was we reached the halfway point. These juniors actually not quite at their halfway point yet because they missed the Alton Park round to facilitate GCSE and all those other boring exams that they have to do, or some of them have to do. So they'll reach their halfway point probably at Knockhill or thereabouts. But anyway, we're getting towards the last part of the season. Quick look there at Leona Theobald. Then there's Harry Reynolds on the front with Will McIntyre, who gave us a really good display in race number 1.
Yes, he did, and great race it was. A little bit of contact, but yeah, it was
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit, but imagine if these races were held at 7:30 in the morning. They'd all be asleep on the grid, wouldn't they? Because you know about teenagers, don't you?
Yeah, I can't say too much in case he's watching, but I did do the paddock walk this morning at 8 o'clock. Was on site at 8 o'clock, walking around the paddock. How many youngsters did I see?
None, but a load of zombies.
Yeah, lots of dads and mechanics and engineers working hard with those youngsters. But they're out now, though, just starting their day. Getting ready for lights out here. So it's Reynolds and McIntyre on the front. That was a long wait for them, but away they go. And McIntyre looking on the outside run is going to try and squeeze Reynolds as they go down into Clairvaux. There's a little bit of contact between the pair of them. Rowledge in the 10 looking for the outside, but it's the camera car that goes through. A little bit of contact, I think, between the pair, but it's McIntyre, the race leader. Rowledge looking on the outside, a little bit of running out onto the dirt there for the 42 car. That's Luca Hopkinson, first-year driver, but McIntyre away, and a championship arch rival. Reynolds in second, Ginetta Lee in third as they go down the back straight to Tower.
That was a great start, wasn't it? And look at this now, Harry Reynolds trying to go around the outside of McIntyre, but McIntyre took the lead beautifully. Ginetta Lee in the 19, the black and yellow car, having a look as well. Oh, Spear in the middle of the pack.
Oh dear, that's Ella Lloyd, isn't it, in the 28, having a gyration, not the weekend for her. Look at the race leaders, though, straight back on the case. Rowledge third, Lee in fourth place. I think it's Maurice Henry currently in fifth from 6 on the grid. But here comes Reynolds again, having a look at trying to get into the lead. Needs to take some points away from the 18 car. Got his nose on the inside and he's through.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's not over yet, Richard. It's side by side and you can still hang it round the outside. And look now, can he get it round the outside and get the cutback? But no, we've got others joining the party. Rowledge, this is what happened before when we had that accident. But they get all the way through. McIntyre in the 18 is there. Now they're all line of stand. They're all going to check up and get slowed down and we can take a breath again.
Well, momentarily, they all bunch up mid-pack there with Joe Warhurst in the 95. Thought there might have been a clout there, but it's his early doors in the race. Aguilera right the way to the outside. Liam McNeely just lines up alongside him. Look at this giggle, just coming down, squeezing each other onto the outside of the track. It's still McIntyre leading from Reynolds, Rowledge, Lee, and then Henry. Sonny Smith, race 1, we're in 6th place. Contact there, 14 car going straight on. That's a kill. Alibi rejoins, doesn't gain too much out of it. 31 car, Akshay Bora in the mix as well, getting involved in the cut and thrust for the first time, and good to see Zach Meakin in that pack as well after his problems in race 1.
Yeah, look at this, it's skittles here, isn't it? And there's something not right there. There's something not right with that 95. Joseph Warhurst just he was a bit slow at the apex of the first corner and then ran wide at the next one. So I don't know whether he's got a bit of suspension damage or something's not right with that car.
Yeah, big pity for him. That's the new car, not brand new, built at Ginetta, but a replacement car from I think the SVG team that ran it in either the GRDC or one of the other Ginetta G40 formula. But look at this, 4 cars for the lead. Kanato Lee, the Japanese, on the back of the quartet at the moment, chasing Josh Rowledge, but it's the championship leader who's in 2nd place, giving chase at the minute to William McIntyre. William, his mum calls him, had a long chat with his mum yesterday, and she's quite a character as well, Will's mum, I've got to say, embarrassing him richly this morning or this afternoon when we saw them. You know what mums and dads are like.
Which is what we love.
Absolutely. William wasn't impressed.
He's been full named there then.
But yeah, so Mrs. Mack was trying to give us all the not the dirt, but the gossip on this youngster. But he's letting the racing talk for himself at the moment out front. It's the first lap one.
Yeah, first lap. It was a tag, wasn't it? She was tagged round there. That was trying to think who actually hit Ella.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
not too sure who.
She was well up in the order, really climbing the grid. Is Ella Lloyd at the moment, which is great to see. Alicia Pomoski, where is Alicia? She had a good qualifying, best meeting qualifying for Alicia, but down in 15th at the moment, so it's lost a little bit of ground, and you're right about Warhurst.
Puncher, front right puncher. Yeah, so that was why the car wouldn't turn. I wondered why it was so slow at the apexes. So I've seen a few punches this weekend, a lot of overdriving over the back of the curves as well. So yeah, there's going to be that car looks a lot better, that 49 Maurice Hamilton's car, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Maurice trying to come through, and we've got Watts in the mix as well. Luke Watts, nearly said Patrick Watts, but Luke Watts will do, the next generation of them.
Patrick Watts, wow. That's a blast from the past, what a ledge.
He was in the C1 24-hour race, runs with his daughter, runs a couple of cars in that, thoroughly enjoying his racing still, which is mega to see.
Top man, he was always better than Tim Harvey at Peugeot 406, I remember. Sorry, Tim.
Alibi getting stuck in, that's for 10th position here, this battle, and the 31 car, Akshay Bora, great to see him. Zach Meakin in the mix as well. Meanwhile, back at the front we go to the lead quartet, and it's McIntyre still there. Reynolds just holding on there from Rowledge. Then we've got the 72 car coming into the mix, Sonny Smith, who's going to be brimming with confidence after that first win, trying to just get past Kanato Lee. Maurice Henry is next up, then Luke Watts. They're followed by Aguilera, Liam McNeely. Really need to see Liam McNeely get up. He's had such a rotten season, second in the championship last year, and really, you know, he's not even had a podium this year. It's just not falling for him. Must be wondering whether he should have maybe moved on to Ginetta GT5. I know he was too young to do the first round of GT5, but maybe if he'd have written that off, he might have been having a better time there. But hindsight's 2020, isn't it, for Fox? Yeah. But I know they've got exciting plans for the future. Yeah,
exactly. But he's got the fastest lap at the minute.
That's good.
He's in the 39s. Nobody else is in the 39s, so he's definitely got the pace. But yeah, this race now is starting to get real tasty. I mean, McIntyre, the red and black car there out front. He's got a train of cars when he looks behind him, and you can see how hard they're all pushing. They're kicking up the dust. The circuit is really dirty from the touring car race, and yeah, the dust is just starting to get on top of this circuit now, and there's going to be more mistakes as we go on.
Closing in on Joe Warhurst, who will have had that tyre replaced in the pits now, as Reynolds has a little look, goes to the outside run here, maybe thinking about a cutback. Can't leave the door open because Josh Rowledge, the championship leader coming into this weekend, is right behind him in third place. Watch for Kanato Lee as well, the vastly experienced Carter. What's Warhurst going to do? This is difficult because Warhurst's a quick driver up there in the championship standings as well. He won't want to concede a lap, so be aware, but it's a quintet for the lead now, and this is real cat and mouse stuff from the juniors. It's what we like to see. I hope it's all going to resolve peacefully. And look at the 72 car, Smith on the outside, the back of the group. Maurice Henry trying to close down on those guys as well. as they go down and across the line again. It's McIntyre still there, second youngest driver in the championship. We go on board with him. He's taking the team stickers off the on board as well, I noticed.
That's interesting, isn't it?
One of our eagle-eyed technicians saw that.
Yeah, I think someone might have caught him out on that one. But good effort from the team trying to get it in there. Look at that! Talking about trying to get it in there, that's a proper effort. That on Ginetta Lee. It's not going to come off. But yeah, that was pretty close there from Smith.
Yeah, Sonny Smith, as we said, building in confidence, and great to get that first win under his belt. Issues for Leona Theobald, who's done very, very little racing indeed. I mean, he's a proper rookie.
Yeah.
And Ella Lloyd
just
going past her.
Too much brake pressure there. Full front lockup at that high speed is pretty impressive. This is pretty impressive. Look, Rowledge round the outside. Job done on Reynolds. Oh, take a bow. Good effort.
Yeah, the R Racing car passes the Assetto car, and it's Elite Motorsport leading this one with McIntyre. Now, I would guess that Rowledge might have a bit more momentum. Lee coming under pressure from Smith. Maurice Henry coming up in the mix as well. Luke Watts there too. The 37 car of Luke Watts getting involved as well. Sonny Smith having a quick look at Ginetta Lee. Let's hope that Maurice Henry gets better luck here. Remember, he got collected in the last race and picked up a load of damage. His teammate Liam McNeely 2 cars behind, and a little bit of side-by-side action going on between the pair of them there. Maurice trying to go around the outside of Sonny Smith, and Ian Aguilera is going to go through, or try and go through, if he gets a decent run out of the hairpin.
A little bit of side-by-side action, mate. They were off the circuit flat out. You need to get your enthusiasm up, mate. That was proper stuff.
Well, we can overstate some things. But
well, Richard, well. Look at all these cars. So many bright colours in there. It's cool, man.
McIntyre, the race leader. Fastest lap now for Will McIntyre, 1:39.950. So takes that fastest lap mantle away from McNeely as we pick up on the 88 James Wires, one of Assetto's quieter drivers. And down behind him, the 94 Hodgkiss in 16th place. Then it's Adam Brown 17th at the moment, but McIntyre still there. Reynolds wants to come back at Rowledge. They need to try and work together at this stage, maybe to catch the leader though.
Wow, Reynolds, the reason I gasped is because Reynolds in that 23 was back in the car in. The rear axle was locked on the downshift and he was drifting the car in. He lost no time to Rowledge. He just kept the momentum going. And that was proper stuff, that was. I'm well impressed.
Loving the flame up, very spectacular from the lead car, wonderful to see. And McIntyre 7/10 to the good on the last lap. 5 minutes of this final race of the weekend to go here. So it's McIntyre, Rowledge, Reynolds, Lee, Smith. McIntyre top rookie as well, second youngest driver, and he's going to have a lot of options to weigh up at the end of the year. Got a Fox Motorsport Sani here with Aguilera in the mix.
They're all having a go, aren't they? I love this. There's so much energy from these youngsters. And I love how they dive to the outside. Aguilera trying to get that move done. Look at that. He tries to shut the door in front of him. McNeely just trying to make sure that that gap that he wants on that tarmac isn't there. Did it properly. And yeah, this is good stuff. On board, then into the first corner. Much curb? Yeah, a bit of it. Anything on the floppies? Yeah, we'll have a touch of that. Apex, Clairvaux, throttle up. Third gear, short shift to fourth. Don't have any wheel spin. How much curb on the right? Loads. How much curb on the left? Loads. Flat out. Not too hard through there this year. There's a lot of going on. There's a lot going on with the tyres on the apexes there. But this is about marker in front, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Joe Warhurst, isn't it? We saw him have the puncho come in. They got him out very quickly. Adam Brown sadly out of the race. That's a pity for the number 50. Mine, I think, leading the AMCOS. If I remember correctly, so we'll see him in action at Knockhill next time. So father and son will be in action in respective formulae at Knockhill, which will be good to see. Is that going to be a safety car though? It
could be. Is it in the first corner? I'm not too sure where it is. There's the yellow flags out apparently for it, so it's the first corner, Clairvaux. So we'll see how they get on with that, but they are approaching. I mean, Warhurst's a pretty fast peddler, so I don't know how fast they're going to catch him. They're catching him quite quickly in that blue car. How much of a pain in the backside is he going to be? I don't think he'll be a massive pain, but still, he's quick enough to cause them problems if he just keeps on going.
Yeah, Warhurst is an extremely quick driver and still fifth in the championship despite having a non-finish at Thruxton. problems earlier on, so we'll see how that pans out. But we got the McNeely-Henry battle with Aguilera now back ahead of Maurice Henry's drop back. 37 car is Luke Watts, who's got ahead of the Fox Motorsport car of Maurice Henry, and Liam McNeely at the head of that gaggle now is up into 6th place, and his next target is going to be Sonny Smith. There are the waved yellows, very, very heavily waved yellows.
Nice to see some big waved yellows, isn't it? That'll calm them down. Good stuff from the marshals. I don't know if I've seen a white flag there as well, just a slow-moving vehicle. That's great to see that. I mean, as a driver, I'm like, yes, I know exactly what's going on. There is a white flag as well. That's not surrendering. That's a slow car ahead. So there's something just going on around. But good stuff from the juniors. They seen that and they adapted.
Yeah, that's good, and they'll know that's there, so they'll hopefully remember for the other laps now. So 49 coming under pressure. It's Ginetta, isn't it, in the 19 car, and 72. So Ginetta Lee in 14. In the 4th position, number 19 car, 5th place, 72 is Sonny Smith, who's got the fastest lap, the chaser here. So our 3rd fastest lap setter of the race, putting the Japanese under pressure. Let's see what he can do. Nose to tail as they go through. Smith with the pace at the moment. The race one winner down in 5th place, still putting the man under pressure. He will have to pick his moment very carefully indeed. Now we've got the 95 car about to be lapped. McIntyre clear by a second now, and it's a live recovery for Adam Brown's car. So again, you'll see we're just out of shot. We've got the heavily waved yellows as the race leader makes it past Joe Warhurst going into the.
This could be a winning pass now because there's yellows and he's going to have. It's going to buy
him a bit more time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry to cut across.
No, not at all. Good spot. Great spot.
But he's done the right thing as well. He's pulled out, so everyone's passed.
Joe Warhurst, well done, mate. Top driving from Joe. Knows that he can't win. The top 3 go through. We've been told the leaders are on the last lap. It looks like a McIntyre win is in prospect here. Let's see whether he can hang on to this gap, which was again just over a second. McIntyre, the race winner of round 5 at Brands Hatch, looking to join the likes of Josh Rowledge and Harry Reynolds as a double winner this year. That is how competitive the championship has been. Lee coming under pressure from Smith. Smith looking to the outside as they come up towards Tower again, but it's McIntyre still in the lead. Rowledge second, Reynolds. Then we've got the backmarker car of Warhurst. Here's the battle between Smith and Lee. Smith's having a look on the inside and trying to get the run out of Tower.
Wow, look at the dust coming off the tyres of Smith, and Ginetta Lee trying his best to make sure that that move is blocked, but it's close and it's close and it's fast, and look at the slide from Smith, but keep the momentum going. Brilliant stuff. Where's this going to end? Coming into Sonny in, is there a gap? No, there isn't.
Look how close.
Brilliant. Doesn't even drive into the back of him. Beautiful driving by Smith.
Yeah, these two rookies, 2nd and 3rd in the rookie class competition for this race. As Reynolds is having a look, is he? No, the race leader is under pressure from Josh Rowledge, with Harry Reynolds right in the mix as well. Coming into the last corners now, it's McIntyre under big pressure. Rowledge is going to look on the inside run, which is covered by the race leader McIntyre. Harry Reynolds is going to look to the outside. It's going to be a run to the flag, but it looks as if McIntyre has done enough as he comes out of the hairpin, down the straight, across the line to take the checkered flag, his 2nd win of the season. And it is McIntyre that wins. Rowley 2nd, Reynolds in 3rd, Ginetta Lee 4th, fending off Sonny Smith, with Liam McNeely, I think, going to take 6th position.
Wow, brilliant stuff. Look at them all coming across the line, and that was a superb race that was, right to the very end.
Wonderful stuff from the juniors, again showing us how it's done. Much calmer. A lot of people say to me, do you know what, it's the last race of the weekend, when they think, yeah, the car can be repaired, so they take more risks. That proves that isn't the case.
Yeah, they get too much of a bad rep sometimes, but Will McIntyre, what a legend you've been, my man. And hopefully you're not in any trouble with your mother this time this week or anything like that, because you'll be called William. But well done, my man. Will Mac, you're the boy.
Yeah, his mum's going to be pleased with that, and his mum, as I say, first time I chatted to her since the scholarship actually last year, and she was like so excited, and she FaceTimed her mum, who celebrates her 90th birthday in September, and she's the commentator that William has, which was lovely.
Amazing.
So I hope Gran's watching, and I hope she enjoyed the race.
That's amazing. That was it. I've had such a cool day today. It's been absolutely brilliant. Really good to see.
Round 10 of the Michelin Ginetta Junior Championship here at Croft is won by Will McIntyre. Also wins the rookie category for his troubles. Josh Rowledge second from Harry Reynolds. Second in rookies, Kanato Lee. And the rookie podium completed by Sonny Smith. Liam McNeely was next up in 6th ahead of Ian Aguilera and Luke Watts. Maurice Henry 9th ahead of Akshay Bora in 10th. 11th goes to Zach Meakin, a good recovery after his first race problems. Mackenzie Douglas next from Alicia Parmoski, and James Wires 14th. Jacob Hodgkiss in 15th from Akil Alibi. Flynn McHardy gets a good finish in 17th from Luca Hopkinson and Ella Lloyd. Leona Theobald in 20th. 21st, Shravan Shamagavel with issues for Joe Warhurst, who finishes a lap down. He's 22nd. And Adam Brown, who bought the safety car, sorry, not the safety car, the double yellows out late on in the race in 23rd. Very appreciative crowd here.